Good evening, explorers and adventurers, and welcome to the Facite Stories from Parasande. I am your humble hostess and Game Mistress Winter. You can find me at Mistress Winter on X, Blue Sky, and Instagram. I am very excited to jump back in to the Facite and the intrigue that has opened up since our delvers / Threadchasers have accepted Sir Frost's invitation to dinner. If you are returning to us, thank you for your continued support. Special shout out to Lily and Rose for the 6-month subscribe. Thank you so very much. Cheers to you. If you are new to our channel, go ahead and meet these wonderful guests. Starting with, eeny, meeny, miny, Joe.
There was no other. There's only one of us that rhymes with Mo.
How did I know? Oh no.
I rolled a die and it came up Joe, so.
Everything's coming up Joe, alright?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joe. Obviously, I think people have gotten that at this point. I play Serana, and you can find me on social media at MaryHappy2. In some places, other other things. It's just a variation. If you want to find me, you'll find me. Yeah, I'm just excited to go through this whole thing. I have no idea what's going to happen. I genuinely have no idea. I'm very excited.
Neither do I. It's gonna be great.
That's me.
Thank you so much, Joe. Joey.
Hello, I am double Joe. No. I'm Joey. I play Delphinium or Finn on Mondays. Sometimes I do art and cosplay. You can find me at Prince Perry Pastille on X and TikTok. I'm Dragon Sun in the Discord. And I drove safely home, just in time to make this session. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, we are so excited to have you back with us. So, because I know you were super excited about this conversation, so I'm really glad you could be here. Dennis.
Hi, I'm not busy at all. I'm Dennis. I will be playing Archie again tonight. I'm very excited for whatever this dinner, the rest of this dinner has in store for us. Outside of the Facite, I am a YouTuber and game designer. I think that's the first time I've said that on stream. Yeah, that tastes right.
How does it feel? Yeah, I was gonna say, how's the mouth feel? Making my wife cringe because she hates that phrase.
I'm a YouTuber and game designer, and I have had my nose to the grindstone all week and will continue to have it there all of this week as I gear up for a Kickstarter in January for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, or Sagas.
Which is super fun to play. I got to run a 3-part Horizon Ursa Mother series back in September using Sagas, and it was so much fun. It
was great. Go watch it.
Yep, the VODs are available on Mistress Winter's Court on YouTube, so go check them out. Thank you so much, Dennis. And last but not least, our wonderful Abby.
Hello, everyone. I'm Abby Marie Carter. You can find me on Instagram at Abby_Marie_Carter. I forgot what I was gonna say, clearly. I am a New York-based aspiring actor, writer, TTRPG hobbyist, and all-around giant nerd. I do a lot of different things, and I'm always looking to put my hands into other things with the very limited time that I have. Yes, I will speak more about what I do later. I am excited for tonight, but also very scared, as I did literally sob for the entire first 30 minutes of last week's episode. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yes, and I will get that VOD up very soon. Things have been pretty busy for me, so. But all of that will be explain at the end when we'll go into some of the other projects that we have going on. But for tonight, we are here for the Facite. Stories from Parasande. Let's get into it. And welcome back. Last time on the Facite, as was referenced by our dear Aheerah, Aheerah was visited by Sonnet, the matron avatar of Kiberly, who offered a rare chance to be able to talk with the unconscious goblin and to gain a peace of mind and settle that turbulent heart of hers. It was eye-wateringly heartbreaking and beautiful all at the same time. And in the end, Sonnet did offer that if Kiberly so chooses, can enter into the eternal sleep. And in her dream, after her dream service is up, will be healed of her wounds. We await that decision. But with enough of that settled, Aheerah returned to the rest of the party, and it was decided that they would call on or accept Sir Frost's invitation to dinner. They went out, threw around some gold, got some nice new digs, and went to call on the good Sir Frost, entering into his mansion and meeting the halfling, the white-haired halfling. They plied questions back and forth, but now have settled down to dinner. And that is where we begin. You are led back upstairs. Scratch that. You are led to another room in this basement area. The doors open into this opulent dining room. Beautiful dark wood tables surround a individual hearth, about waist high for Longshanks and chest high for the halflings or smaller folk. Chairs provided for either size. At the center of this hearth burns a blue flame, ghostly in color. It's flames giving off no heat. But yet there's still a warmth to this room. Sir Frost bids you, please, have a seat. And... Oh, okay. He presses his hand to the wood at his place, speaks an arcane word, and before your eyes appears a massive banquet. Food materializing any variety that you wish. Breads, meats, cheeses. Fine goblets of mead and fine wines.
Archie will sit down and wait for the host to take the first bite.
He sits down, settles into his high-backed chair. And sees the look of anticipation on your face. And will take a date, pop it into his mouth.
So Rona already had bread in her mouth seeing him do that. Like before, she just... Oh. Alright, cool.
I'm definitely taking my cues from Archie.
Okay.
I'll start filling my plate.
Start checking out that table, that magic spell. That's neat.
There will be a glint of amusement, seeing your fascination with the spell.
Aheerah definitely lets out a comment, something along the lines of, I don't think I've ever seen so much food.
Please, eat as much of it as you wish. It's rare that I get to entertain.
So, I hear you are one of the first of our people, that was resurrected from the ice. Is that true?
I was discovered in the initial delves. I don't know that I was the first, but I was one of the first that survived.
Couldn't have been easy. I was lucky enough that they had the experience of bringing back you and others before me, so my recovery was relatively quick. I can't imagine yours was.
Oh, I wouldn't call it luck. I have certain advantages.
Really?
Very innate.
Can I do a check of some sort to see if I already know what he's talking about? If there's like halfling bloodlines from the Gipti Empire that were, you know, famous and powerful or what something?
Sure, yeah. Give me a society.
15.
Not that you're aware of. Before the War of Avatars and Cephalorene's demise, which prompted the creation of the snowfields, finding a civilization that had adapted so thoroughly to colder environments would have been exceedingly rare.
Is your constitution a gift? Is it something from your heritage?
Let's just say that my life expectancy is not a concern.
Okay, now I want to know if I know what he's talking about. Because this sounded like some god shit up in here, and I'm not here for it.
We're about to start working for a lich, guys.
Aheerah just,
great.
are you a doll too?
No, I was not crafted.
I've heard very rare cases of ice slowing the heart, but not for 29,000 years. No.
Well, your friend survived. So, but yes. I'm sure you're all very curious as to my origins, but I hardly think they matter.
Then why be cryptic? If it doesn't matter, then it surely wouldn't matter if you told us.
It would matter to me greatly because it may or may not reveal sensitive information about my person, and I do not wish that to be known.
I don't like secrets very much.
This is not helping me trust you.
You are going to have to get used to that.
Every time there's been secrets, bad things happen.
Yes, well, that is the risk.
I want to look at Archie and kind of try and see how he's feeling taking this. Again, taking my cues from Archie.
Archie's probably trying to hide, trying to be hard to read right now.
Okay.
Given how experienced Sir Frost would be in reading people, and how much he already knows, he doesn't want to take any chances of this meeting letting him find out any more.
Mm-hmm. You did ask, though, indicating to Archie. how I obtained the information that I had. And you no doubt heard that I was the one who had the golem control rod.
Indeed.
He turns his gaze to that blue flame between everyone. Though you may see me as one of yours, I am not Ghelfi.
I gathered as much, seeing as Ghelfi have lifespans.
Well, even back then, as did I. But as in soldier, as a spy, our life expectancies are considerably less. Depending on how good our skill sets are. And when it came to disguise and infiltration, I was peerless.
Then you must have spent a lot of time among Vios's forces.
You must understand me. I was a spy for Vios.
You can understand our reservations, then.
And you have every right to have them. I'd like to think that my lack of action toward you has at least offered me the opportunity to speak my piece.
I have a question for you.
Please.
Were you there when Akamahali fell?
You mean during that time or in that place?
You were there during that time, obviously. You were alive back then, obviously. It's
Glad you inferred that.
Do you know anything of her, other than the normal legends and things? Were you there when it happened?
What is it you truly wish to know? For I'm sure that you have heard both sides of that story.
I was raised on one, and then I found the other.
Mm-hmm. So what is it you wish to know?
As a personal vendetta, I would like to see her ended. Completely.
Bold, but understandable.
I have some of her power. And I lost lost one of the most important people in my life. And he gave me the last piece. And she deserves to pay for what she's done.
Again, I ask, what question has inscribed itself so indelibly on your heart that it plagues you, bleeds you every moment?
I want to know how I can kill her. What her weakness is.
And what do you offer? And before you respond, I'd like to clarify that I am no hag, as I am sure you're used to dealing with. No, just information is not free.
They'll look over to Archie. And just I don't give a fuck if it's I'm messaging, but at the same time, like, you can see my mouth move. He's looking at me. It's fine. But I don't want to say it out loud, like, completely. So
Okay.
I will say to Archie specifically. I don't know what I'm doing. But if he knows something, I have to know.
Before we can strike any deals, and I look at everyone at the table, we need to know where each other's allegiances lie. For our part, we desire to see the cult of Vios eradicated once again. We wish to see the Everflame safely contained. And we wish to see the sleeper asleep once more. What do you want?
The Everflame, now in the hands of the Harbinger, is a threat greater than even I have known. But I also know I also have considerable resources that I have applied to tracking and safeguarding the Facite from the Harbinger's actions and movements. That is primarily why I asked you here. I have it on good authority that the Harbinger will be here very soon.
At the surface.
And at the surface. And it will take all that you have all of your connections, all of your powers and abilities and skill sets to handle this threat. And I offer my resources. You're muted, Jen. Yeah, okay.
No, it's on. Hello?
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I'm not going to speak on behalf of my colleagues, but I recognize intelligence. You would not bet on a lost cause. And clearly, we both don't want to see the Facite or Parasande as a whole destroyed. What's your plan?
You are my plan. Yes, you. Yep, all of you. Now, sure, I have contingencies, but nothing that would end the threat. Only delay it and allow me to escape its influence for a time.
So, according to you, or in your belief, we're the only ones who can end it?
Yes.
What a lovely thought.
If those resources include piecing together these dead-end cases, that we have worked as far as we possibly can. And we have made many friends, and I believe there are guards that would help us. We can do this.
As I said, you will need all of your connections and resources as well. Friends you've made along the way, assuming they have some monicum of capability.
There's no chance, is there, that something that weakens Akamahali could also strengthen us or Serana specifically?
Nothing from Akamahali? I'm sorry, repeat your question.
Serana asked for Akamahali's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Could that information lead us to beating back the Harbinger?
Indirectly.
Then I don't think you
because
have a reason to withhold it.
How do you mean?
If what you know about Akamahali's weakness can help us beat back the Harbinger, then that is a resource we intend to employ. That's information that I don't think should have a price at this table.
Give me a diplomacy.
Hero point. Worse. Halfling luck.
no.
I rolled a 4 and a 2, so there we go.
There we go.
I am fully out of rerolls, but that's a 23.
Any weakness that I would reveal regarding the Celestial would only be effective in removing the influence of your Oracle sister. I believe that she has a small cadre ready to assist the Harbinger and provide insight into defenses, predictive movements, etc.
He does.
However, there is an ability, a skill that you've happened upon, Serana, that is not only beneficial, well, that is both beneficial and malevolent. Do you remember the feeling of those ribbons of life, of flame, like mystical umbilical cords connecting you to others around you? They have a duality. You can move life force through them, either giving of yourself or taking away.
All right. That's not something I've touched in a while. It'll take practice.
Well, don't take too long, for the Harbinger is at our doorstep, figuratively, so no one freak out.
How long? Roughly.
His eyes grow unfocused for a moment, as if he's peering into the middle distance. Three days.
I can do that. 3 days I can. 3 days I can do.
You know where?
Everywhere. I assume that since we're deep into our discussions, nobody is interested in eating. If so, then let us adjourn to my study. I have a map or two to show you.
Serana will take a dessert of some kind, like a brownie or something, off the table and just like start nibbling at it nervously. Just
There is one question I would like to ask.
What is that?
Clearly, we all want to survive, and secrecy and formality are needed in wartime. What is it that you want, personally, out of this? Granted, if we survive.
I've grown fond of the facet of this cold land. I'd like it to continue to be such.
And our desires are the same.
They are parallel.
Over the course of dinner, did I at any point get a sense that he's been lying about his motives?
Roll me a society.
"22.
Let me see. Oh, that's right. I have him elsewhere. He has been nigh unreadable. A perfect poker face, as you were, or if you will, and only showing the barest hint of emotion when it suits his purpose.
I'll follow him to the study. Like to see these maps."
I'm following Archie.
Okay.
I will too.
Actually, I'll probably walk by Serana and take her free hand that isn't holding the sweet that she's nibbling on. But I'm following Archie's cues still.
Sir Frost's assistant has already laid out several maps. One taking up most of the desk space shows the facet, and a detailed location and cartography of the surrounding town. You are familiar with this area, I assume?
Very.
Good. He draws his hand, motioning to split it into quarters. You have your northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast. They straddle the facet, and my intel tells me that the facet itself will be the Harbinger's main focus.
The giant crevice? Why? There's nothing of value there except for the Delver's Nest, I assume.
That is simply what my sources have gathered. That the forces will move on the facet. That being said, there are bound to be there is bound to be some form of an army or distractions. Attempting to divide our focus, divide our forces, and make you ineffectual.
The closest thing we have to an army is the peacekeepers. And they're not exactly battle-hardened warriors.
No, but they do have more skill than most. They can provide good scouts, provide leadership when you are not available. So don't discount them. In fact, don't discount anyone, because as I said,
Can't afford to.
I feel like my sister might be very helpful for this mission. If I could find a way to contact her. And if she'd listen.
Anamate, she lingers still, but has been quiet of late.
You know her?
Personally, no. Have I not made it clear that I have eyes everywhere?
I suppose it makes sense. You've been watching us, and I've been very involved with her. And she did help bring the sleeper to life.
Yes.
So it does
Speaking
make
of-
sense that you would know about that.
Can we expect Drobrand to make an appearance?
Drobrand is a distant threat. You will not need to concern yourselves about the Ravener for some time.
Good.
That's comforting, at least.
Oh, but there are still dangerous things, especially as the Harbinger approaches.
What sort of forces does he have at his disposal?
That has been a bit more nebulous. You have met some of them, I'm sure. The Reborn, some of your people, motioning to Serana. And I can imagine that one of their first as a GM, I am like totally stumbling on words today. One of their first courses of action will be to create pockets of Vios's influence. Could mean many different things. Could mean stirring up unnatural weather, opening portals to the realm of fire.
It appears that they're both intelligent and more controlled enemies. Most armies don't like to attack from below, but we have seen Algip crawl out of the ground, which will not pose an issue to them, I suppose.
No. Not particularly.
They could appear anywhere.
The Algip? They are only in the Facite. but they are easily dispatched with the right application of fire. Finn, give me a society.
Fail me now.
Or a will if it is higher.
I rolled a 19, so let's see what the numbers say.
Alright.
Will or society?
Whichever's higher.
It's either a plus 13 or... Oh, come on, I can read. Plus 13, so that's 32?
You have studied many, many, many things in your time at the college, the observatory. Again, I'm having so much trouble remembering stuff tonight. And in your studies, one of the things that you've learned is how to read people. It's especially the facial tics and things that most people would just miss. When you first brought up the imagery of Algip crawling out of the ground, Sir Frost had an involuntary twitch. And if that twitch is followed up when he brings up the subject of fire. This prompts your curiosity to look just a little bit deeper, your critical eye to peel away at the layers of facade that Sir Frost has spent decades, if not centuries, cultivating. And for the briefest moment, the illusion that surrounds him is transparent. And you see not a halfling, whole and true. You see what is ostensibly a flaming corpse. Skeletal and wreathed in a blue flame.
I also have a question just for background.
What's that?
Did Simon not summon zombies?
He did.
Okay, so I remembered that. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Archie is still poring over the map and counting allies on his useful allies on his fingers.
Right.
Our most powerful ally is probably going to be one of the hardest ones to convince, unfortunately. And it's going to lie on you, Callum. Finn, to talk to Callum.
discussion about scouting for Drobrand before, I might be able to, maybe with some proof or some help them understand the threat.
You bring up a good point, and I'll turn to Sir Frost. You provide proof that might sway the peacekeepers into action?
No more than you can. But I also do not have the personal connections with the peacekeepers.
We have to rely and trust. He believed me when it came to Vict. We have to trust him.
I see no reason why there would be no trust lost, especially with as forthcoming as you've been in the past.
I don't think swaying the peacekeepers into a minimal amount of action is going to be difficult. We can at least convince them to prepare. Maybe send out flyers and schedule a evacuation drill.
How you spend your time preparing for this oncoming threat is, well, your business. This is why I am providing this information. This is what I am putting you in charge of.
You're also giving us resources. Can you tell us more
Yes.
about what those are?
If you have need of knowledge, information about what specific threats may occur, I can have my sources seek those answers for you. If you have need of financial resources, whether they or material for that matter, if you need weapons, armor, that can be provided. I also have a unique item or two that may benefit you during the struggle.
Like, say, a certain control rod?
No, the control rod will not be useful.
What happened to the golem?
It has become the Harbinger.
So we're fighting an enemy that has grown more powerful, and that is since it last kicked our asses into the dirt.
As I
Okay.
said, this is going to be a difficult fight.
We need to find its weakness. Otherwise, we have fire, bodies, weapons.
Let's focus on the other things that are going to be coming out first, and what their targets might be. Do you mind if we borrow this map?
Please.
Archie will roll up the map and grab, I assume nearby there's a tube, like a buckskin tube he can put it in.
Yeah.
As you said, We will take care of the details.
Have you any... I can't obviously practice on living people, but do you know of anyone who possesses something close to what I do?
Most immediately, your sister. But since that is probably fraught with animosity, I will reach out to an expert on centering life forces.
I think
Perhaps
in the
they
meantime,
may be able to help.
I would appreciate it.
In the meantime, might we visit the armory?
The one that I have here is meager, but it may provide you with anything that you are missing.
Looking around the study and out into the hallway, I'm not sure I understand what meager means on this scale.
He'll lead you down the hall back toward the stairs that go up, take a different branch, and stop in an ornate door that seems to have no handle. He mutters a word, signs some sort of sigil, and you hear several clanks as the door unclenches in its threshold. And he pushes it open and leads you into the armory. About 30 by 30. Long rows of polished weapons.
I will turn to Aheerah. Do you mind seeing if there's anything magical in here?
Sure. And I'll
He, so Frost will indicate, I would not do that. It might be a little blinding.
I see. Are we talking about traps, or everything in here is imbued with something from the weave?
Oh, nothing, not everything in here. However, if you wish to know if something is magical, I will let you know.
a
Well,
better
first-
question is what isn't magical?
He'll point to a couple of rows of exquisite looking but otherwise mundane weaponry. And as far as magical, and from there to there are the smaller enchantments. There and there are stronger
I'm gonna go wander down the stronger aisle and wonder aloud. So, do any of these offer protections against fire?
I do have one or two armor sets with fire resistance, yes.
Aheerah first dibs.
I will look at the armor sets that are resistant to fire.
Do we want to roleplay through picking out all the
No.
stuff?
Not particularly.
Please, no.
I do have one thing that I'm thinking. The last time that we came in contact, before it became more powerful and before it became the Harbinger, I remember it healing with fire. Other than ice or water, lightning didn't seem to do much. What are we supposed to use other than brute force?
The Harbinger is a creature created with alien knowledge. So I don't know how cut and dry it will be. I am sure that it has many defenses. But its weaknesses you will have to ascertain yourself.
Okay.
That's not something we can prepare for.
I don't know what I'm doing what I don't know anymore.
No, it's a good question.
So many things are happening.
Well, considering you are facing down the champion of a fire avatar, I think you already know what its possible weaknesses are. If we simply go by the rules of the material plane.
Water, ice, cold. We have someone we can ask about that.
Intriguing. Who would that be?
Come, Sir Frost, you must let us at least have some secrets.
No matter. I'm sure I will have that information later.
Above the table, I'm 100% talking about Cephalarine.
Oh, right.
Serana's just like,
Who
Thank
the
you.
what?
Aheerah's
who are
not
we
connecting
talking
the
about?
dots. Aheerah's so not connecting the dots.
So, what does this do? I'll pick a dagger off the shelf.
Oh. It cuts bread.
why is it in here?
I thought this was this. What kind of bread is it supposed to cut? What kind of enchantment is on this thing? This is the superior enchantment aisle, right?
No, I believe that one of my servants has left that in here after eating lunch.
Oh, that's rough.
I mean, technically, if it could cut bread, it can probably cut other things.
Not-
With great difficulty, yes.
I just had a thought too. Do you think that we could? I know it's a walk, but do you think we could get a message out to the giants that we helped? Maybe they could come. I don't know. Not like we're best friends with them, but
I don't think they particularly like us anymore.
And I don't
Never.
think we want them in the in the Facite or anywhere near this settlement.
I did kill one of them. And I mean, I know it sort of earned us their respect, but I also very much so did kill one of them.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
that was a battle to the death. You had to.
What? They said it wasn't.
Oh, my memory's kind of blurry after being buried under an avalanche.
Yeah, that's fair, and then they did do that to us. Yeah, I mean, if we knew they were 100% on our side, I think they'd be very helpful. I don't think that they're 100% on our side.
Neither do I.
I think if we effectively use our resources within the snowfields and the Facite, we should be able to do this. We have to be very careful. We have to prevent them from getting the high ground. I'm already brewing some ideas. I've been thinking on this.
Just tell me where to aim my spear.
The big flaming golem.
Maybe it'll work this time. When I hit him. Hopefully.
Hopefully. If
Archie
not,
will
I
try
mean-
to find a dagger that he would use. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of melee ability, but he does have some rogue stuff, as long as he stabs first and asks questions later.
Sure. All right. There are two that immediately catch your eye. The first is a dark-handled blade. The hilt wrapped in some sort of dark gray bluish leather.
What does it do?
Sir Frost will step up next to you. That is a Gast stiletto. It has a paralyzing effect.
Not on golems it doesn't, I'm sure.
No. Doesn't.
Put it back.
You have little love. Will touch the handle of one that looks chipped and worn, but is no less deadly for its much used appearance. This one puts a spring in your step. I.e., when you critically hit a creature, you leap. So you can leap away. spring away from your foes as a reaction. Or no, free action, excuse me.
Finn? Think this one might be up your alley? In case anyone gets too close. Or if you prefer your crossbow, I can take it.
It wouldn't be a bad idea, but I was thinking about the enchanted bolts selection.
I will take Little Love.
Okay. Take Little Love. Which... Port. Let's see. Love.
Got it. Added.
Yep. Cool. Perfect. As far as bolt. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Anything, like if they have the ice-based ones, I would assume there's a fire enchanted one?
There is... Let's see, there is... Explosive. Corrosive Juxtaposition. Shining, Singularity, Exsanguinating, Terrifying, Freezing, Transposition, Ghost.
Freezing?
Yep.
We've seen those.
Yep, you've used them.
Is there anything that, like, I feel like Flame Jaw is great because it, you know, burns, but she's gonna look around and be like, do you guys think I need anything else? I think I might be fine. I don't know.
Protect yourself, maybe.
I mean, I got a pretty solid coverage otherwise. I don't know. Could always use more bottled sunshine.
Hmm?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Well, I think this would actually be a good time that we can take a break. You can do some quick searching for any items that you think you might want to commission from or requisition from Sir Frost. And we can come back in about 10-15 minutes. I know, what do we think? 10 or 15? 10?
Let's do 15.
Okay. We'll do 15 minutes. So we will be back at 40 after the hour. Thank you all for being here. We hope that you're enjoying this little bit of intrigue. And we hope you'll stay with us for the second half. We'll see you soon. And welcome back, adventurers and explorers. So, our Threadchasers have the rare opportunity to raid Sir Frost's armory to an extent. We're not going crazy here.
This is pretty crazy already.
and get themselves some nice new shinies for the fight ahead. He walks you back upstairs. Are there any lingering questions?
Can we have some potions of fire resistance if you have those? I think those would be probably the most useful single thing that you could possibly give us.
I can have one made for each of you.
Wonderful.
Anything else?
We'll write you if we think of something.
Please do. In the meantime, I do have one other gift to aid you in this darkest hour. Produce from his person what looks to be a little snow globe, complete with sparklies. This allows respite when there is none. Should you find yourselves depleted, exhausted, smash this, and it will provide shelter and comfort for 8 hours, which will occur in only a minute's time.
With this,
allowing you to refresh.
I don't think you have any reason to doubt us anymore. And we've no reason to doubt ourselves.
Very well.
Thank you, Kathleen.
I don't imagine we would see you on a battlefield.
I am no soldier, so no.
I expect to possibly hear from you about the life transference magic.
My expert will reach out. Anything else?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for your help, Sir Frost.
Do not fail. And that is no threat. Simply a warning that should you fall or fail to contain the Everflame, then the world will change as we know it. And not to a pleasant one.
Take care.
The servant rushes up and whispers in Sir Frost's ear. Oh. It seems that it has already begun. And he will walk to the doors, the front doors, and pull them open so that you can see to the outside. And what reads no different than any other snowy day that you've experienced in the frost, or the Facite. The longer you watch, the closer you get, you find that it is not snow that is falling. Sir Frost puts out his hand and catches one of the large gray flakes in his palm, rubs it, and shows you the black ash left behind.
The clock is ticking. Let's move. Archie
Be safe
will,
on your journeys. Yeah.
Archie will put his hood up and start walking towards probably the place where Kiberly is being kept.
Well, they'll put you back into a wagon and speed you out of the estate. The carriage lurching to and fro as the horses gallop down the way, out to the gate, and back into the Facite proper. The wagon pulls up to the nurse's house by your request. And you step out into the loose snow that is slowly being consumed by a layer of ash.
I'm glad that's not the music we're listening to right now. I thought we were going to get there and the
that's
building
fine.
was going to be
No,
on
no,
fire.
No.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
was.
not
I was
trying
like,
to find the right.
And I'm like, okay, 3 days, great. Nope, it's right now. Awesome.
No, okay. Calm down, everybody.
These flavor text is like that Avatar episode. Wasn't there? I feel like there was a
Season
moment
3?
with.
You're talking about season 3? With the fire and the.
They're like, it's snow. It's not snow.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like that.
Yeah.
So,
We go inside, probably to the kitchen, and I will lay the map out on the table.
okay.
Okay. Our plans. What do we know? We know that in 3 days, the Harbinger and his forces, which include both cultists, people from Angel's Fall, and probably Augip, will be converging on the Facite or creating distractions elsewhere. We can assume that they have some pretty brilliant strategists in mind. I think that they are going to be targeting more than just the Facite. As Sir Frost said, they're going to be distractions. We can be almost certain that one of these is going to be targeted in a residential district to divert the peacekeepers and us. I think some of the peacekeepers need to be already stationed there in preparation for this.
Should we evacuate them if we can?
Where?
We can warn them. We can't do much else than that.
We can give them the opportunity to fight. This is their home too. I
don't-
have to figure out how to kill my sister.
I don't know if we can outfit everyone, but we have Sir Frost's finances and maybe some armor.
We can... Who else do we have? We have the peacekeepers, maybe. We have Deacon.
What was his friend's name?
Cassandra?
Ghoul Hunter.
Cassandra? Yes.
She was a necromancer.
Yes. I'm not suggesting that I ask Krelikis or any of the doves, but I will be telling them about it. If they would like to stay and fight, they can.
I think I should try and reach out to my sister.
Yes.
I would quite agree about that.
I don't know how it'll go. But
She's the best scout we know.
She's also stuck around for some reason, so maybe there's hope. Do we know anyone else that can help?
We don't have time for a dissertation, but Hessedin may have some last knowledge to give to us.
Golems in general.
There's no time to write to the university at this point.
No. The only allies we can count on are the ones that are already here. I think the merchants we know. Both our... the caretaker of George, Halson.
Hemel.
I think Hemel, thank you.
You keep calling him Halson. Who is this Halson you're talking? I know who he
You
is.
don't remember his name?
No, not really.
Oh, what about our connections down in the Delver's Nest?
We certainly have some Delvers.
They're good at organization. They can at least keep the elderly and the most at risk away, perhaps.
We should be writing these down.
No, I'm on it.
Like smoke is coming off of the parchment. Just
Yeah, I'm seeing it all. You're laying out your murder board of allies, and people you may want to talk to, things like that.
Put a question mark by Smiley. Without this town, he has nothing.
it's accurate. And if the information is right, it sounds like they're going to destroy the Facite completely.
If not the snow
It would be if we could just seal them in get everyone else out, seal them in. If they're going to come out from there, or are they going to come out from somewhere else and go into there?
It might have been possible to reseal the Everflame when it was just the Everflame. Now I'm not so sure.
We need to get a... Finn, you know those things that we were using to rescue the people, the nets?
Yes.
I wonder if we can find something similar. Maybe not necessarily nets, but something that can be launched at something. Maybe to even just inhibit movement for a little bit. Anything will help.
Coon! Something larger than an arrow or a bolt. I'm sure we can get a hold of that.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great idea.
I don't know who to ask within the Facite, but somebody has to know about the, how the nets work, and if we can outfit them.
We'd have to take them off because, well, I think the first thing that'll probably go is the Delver's nest. It's hanging. Nothing is safe there.
That will need to be evacuated.
Immediately.
Okay. Finn, read me back our list.
We have the Peacekeepers and all of the town guards. We have Deacon, Cassandra. We have Hemel and the other merchants. We have Hessidon's Knowledge. We have the staff of the Delver's Nest and any Delvers willing to stay and fight. We have the Harpoons.
Smiley.
Am I missing anyone? Smiley.
We might have Smiley, and we might have Anna.
I
Alright,
think.
So, go ahead.
I think the first people we're going to need to talk to are the Peacekeepers, because they are going to need the longest time to prepare. That's something I think we should all do together.
Agreed.
Next, probably the Delver's Management.
I think we need to warn the people that we care about first, and then immediately following. Because what if one of the distractions is to go after our loved ones again?
Aheerah just looks up the stairs towards the room that Kiberly is just unconscious in, and just kind of Kiberly's stuck here.
We can talk to the doves. They have family elsewhere. When they set the children off, surely they can go with them. They can take Kiberly with them.
They're just going to take a dead weight, essentially. They don't know how to heal.
Either she stays here. We can send the nurse with them. I don't know, but either she stays here or she's a sitting duck. And they know what she means to you.
How's this for a first step?
It'd be stupid not to use it.
Aheerah and Serana, you take care of Kiberly and the rest of the doves. I will have to go talk to Kamsa. And Finn, you can visit the nest and see if the collector can give us any new information. We meet back here in 2 hours?
Yes.
I'll roll up the map and put it back in the tube.
Okay. Besides what you're about to embark on this evening with those individual tasks, what we're going to do is for each of the days prior to the Harbinger's arrival, you'll get 3 tries to prepare an ally or group of allies to your cause. You can do 3 individual ones, or you can attempt to do 1 3 times if one's being particularly stubborn. And what you come up with, or the end result of it all, will determine some of the preparedness and resilience of the facet for when the forces arrive. It may also provide you as a party with benefits and assist you in the fight.
I'm getting big Mass Effect 3 vibes.
I know, right? we're working against the Reapers.
Impending doom, collect allies is the entire game.
Yep. So let's start with tonight's. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit easy in that there is a knock at the door.
I'll go answer it.
Izzy pushes her way inside, followed by Carlicus. I'm terribly sorry. She's on a bit of a mission.
Aheerah just is shrinking down in her seat as they enter.
Upstairs.
Izzy will bolt upstairs, her little legs.
Carlicus, we have to talk.
Okay. Several smaller voices sound behind him, just as the 2 kids come barreling inside as well.
You brought the children back?
Upstairs. Yes.
She's still recovering. Yes, I don't think that the children should be up in the room. But yes, we brought them back.
It's not fine.
Don't touch her. It's fine. We have a lot to talk about. It's fine.
Okay. Can I set down the bags?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Sets aside some satchels and the kids run over to one of them and start pulling out like little toys and.
Is Loth with them?
I'll distract him.
Yes.
As they're all like getting unpacked and ready to like stay here for a while, Archie's going to look around, grab his bag.
Carlicus, Loth, good to see you again. Good luck.
And I'm gonna leave.
Both of them, accept your pleasantry, but then look at each other very confused when you're like, best of luck. Like, what?
Aheerah, if you want to go upstairs and talk to Izzy, I'll talk to these 2.
Okay. And I will go upstairs. Very, very slowly. I mean, like, not like too slowly, but it is like, I'm scared. I don't want to be alone with Izzy. But I will do it.
And, Finn, did you say you're going to play with the kids?
I'll distract them for a moment before I head out. Just be like, hey, no need to unpack. You want to hear a story about giants? Just get them away from the adults.
Yeah.
We have 3 days before a really bad thing is gonna happen, and God, I'm terrible with words. I'm so sorry. Either you guys can stay and fight, or you can evacuate. Those are the options. It is going to be impossibly horrible and terrible, and kids should be far away from here.
Sorry, the way you phrase things, it makes me short circuit a little bit. What?
I know, I'm sorry. I know I do that. The Harbinger is going to bring a large amount of forces and do his best to destroy the Facite and all surrounding areas as we know it in 3 days.
Oh.
Does that make more sense?
Yes. And it
Okay.
does explain the ash outside.
Yes. It does. You have no reason to stay. Take the family and leave. You have no reason to. You don't need to stay here. It's fine. Unless you desperately want to and you want to fight this, which is it's not looking great. It's really not looking great.
I can't say that any of us are fighters.
I know. That I wanted to offer.
Thank you.
I don't like making choices for other people. So. And chances are, probably won't see you again. So.
Why not again?
I have a lot that I have to do. And I don't think that I'm not confident that I will make it out at all. If I do, I'm worried about what's left of me. There's a lot you don't know. Which is
And
probably for the best.
We don't need to. And he takes your face in his hands. Whatever is in your past is in your past. And whatever is left after this conflict we will cherish. And he'll place a very gentle kiss on your cheek.
If you don't hear from us in a week's time, you can either come look or I will do my best to find you again, if I can. I'm sorry we didn't have more time.
That is not within our control. But I do expect to see you again.
Just keep everyone safe, and yourself especially. And she'll just do the thing that she does terribly, which is hug people. And she'll just wrap him up in her arms and just like squeeze really tight. I don't know how this works. Aheerah does it all the time, and it feels nice. I don't think I'm good at that.
Well, it feels like you're doing it right.
Oh, sorry. I feel like I'm squeezing you too hard. Sorry.
Does wonders for tieflings back.
Yeah, your posture's already looking a little bit better.
Well, then you're just gonna have to come back to fix the rest of it.
I mean, who else is gonna make your brain short circuit? And Loth, I love you. You're just cool. And I appreciate your existence and letting me vent to you all the time. It's greatly appreciated.
He gives you a small smile, or they give you a small smile of appreciation.
I will treasure that forever.
They consider something very briefly before they reach down to a pouch and pull out something and place it into your hand, Zarana. It is a coil of braided threads, colored threads, with the hearth's colors interlaced into this beautiful pattern. And they just motion to the wrist.
I'm supposed to wear it like a bracelet? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Krellikus will clarify. It is a replacement for the leather.
Oh. How did you get these on? I gotta figure out how to untie the things then. Okay. That's fine. I love it. It's great. It's great.
Here, why don't you have a seat with them and they'll show you how to get it changed out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Archie. What are you doing during this moment?
I am outside, making my way towards where I would know Kamsa to be.
Wasn't she still at the house?
She would have been. She might have been working, though.
Ah, good call. Yeah, okay. So you will head to the new structure that is still a ways from being totally complete, but is providing some hard shelter for medical patients, the injured and infirm, instead of the tent that Kamsa stayed in for the longest time. And within the new structure, you will find Kamsa plying her trade, working with some of the patients to fight off atrophy and rebuild strength.
I'll make sure she sees me, but then make my way over to, without like going close to her because she's busy, make my way over to the portion of the tent, the ER, where people need more immediate attention. And I'm going to go like expend a spell slot to pulse a heal outwards, to do what I can, and then actually go like do volunteer work around there for just a bit.
Okay.
Making sure Kamsa knows to come find me when she's done.
She will react to the pulse of magic, her ears perking up, and she looks around, trying to determine the source. And will eventually see you meandering between beds and helping those you can. When she finishes with her patient, she comes to stand near you and let you finish with what you're doing.
Don't pick at it, and it'll be fine, all right?
But it itches just really bad.
Well, that's what the bandages are for. I'm sorry. I mean, nurse, do we have any anti-itching cream?
I think we're all out currently.
I'm sorry we can't help with the itching, but just leave the bandages on and it will get better in 2 or 3 days.
Okay, I'll do my best.
And I will,
Thanks for waiting, dear. Let's go outside.
She'll take your hand and walk with you outside. And as she steps out, she stops to take that, breath of fresh air kind of draw, but then stops.
You can smell it, can't you?
It's pungent. Is that...
I'll hold my
sulfur?
hand out and do the same thing that Sir Frost did to us. Hold up the soot after catching a bit of ash.
What is that?
It's ash.
From what?
Don't know exactly. We just found out that something very bad is coming up from out of the Facite. It has plans to burn this whole town to the ground. Here, let's sit down.
We'll go get some I'll walk over to like crates or barrels nearby.
Sure, yeah. She sits on one that you might struggle to lift yourself up on, but without any request, she does not assist.
Archie's not gonna. He's too damn proud.
Yeah, I know. And she recognizes that.
I'm sorry for being blunt. It's just how I am for the chase. So, we're going to be fighting against it, obviously. And I wanted to ask what you wanted to do.
Well, obviously, I'm going to be here with you.
I care about you so much. But for just this moment, and probably for the next several days, I'm not going to be able to show that. I have to be in a certain state of mind, like I am when I'm treating several patients all at once. When there's an accident and people get brought in, everybody with injuries, sorting who's needs the most immediate care and who can wait for later. I'm going to be in that mindset for 3 days. That's when we think they're going to show up, 3 days from now.
You need focus. Of course. Wow.
And
I guess that just means that I'm gonna have to do all 4 days of distractions tonight.
I'm going to look forward to that.
How can I help?
I need to know what... I know what your normal skills are. Your... specifically towards... You're good at rehabilitation, long-term healing. What can you do in a more immediate sense? Do you think you would be more effective fighting, helping evacuate in some sort of emergency room like you have here?
Perhaps my skills would be best suited for coordination of emergency services.
And you're already in the right spot. We're going to try to talk to the peacekeepers. I think we'll have them talk to your boss and see if we can get you into the position where you'll be able to help the most.
I know quite a few of the healers and chirurgeons, especially by now. So I'll start making a list and talking to those I think have the most influence and sway. And we'll get things moving.
That's immensely helpful. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. I have things to do. You're at work. Thank you for taking your lunch break with me.
I wouldn't want to take it with anybody else. Just make sure that you've still got some energy tonight.
I'll try.
You better not try. I'm expecting you to deliver, mister.
I'll give her a kiss on the cheek and then hop off the barrel.
She'll stand, lean down, and give you a proper kiss before patting your butt and urging you on as she disappears back into the...
Archie jumps a little bit and but he doesn't turn around.
All right. Now that we got everyone with the vapors.
Oh my!
Screaming.
Lord.
All right. Let's jump back to Aheerah, who was headed up to
That's
see Izzy.
depressing.
And to turn the dial all the way the other direction.
Yep.
I haven't talked to Izzy. God, I don't know the last time I talked to Izzy. Except for the brief moment where I was telling them to, like, not come over to Kiberly. I have not talked to Izzy.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I will make my way upstairs, and I will definitely falter a bit in the doorway to the room that Kiberly's staying in before knocking gently and slowly pushing open the door.
You push open the door and you hear Izzy talking. And Aries' horn has come in beautifully. You should really see it. It's getting all nice and dark, and you'd love it. And she spots you. Oh, Aheerah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're not interrupting. Come in, come in. Don't let the draft in.
I'll enter and quickly close the door. Can I get a read on, like, if there's a mood change at all from when I enter from her? Do I need to make a roll?
Yes, give me society.
Oh, I don't think I'm very good at that. Alright, let's see. Ooh, that'll be a 12.
Not that you can read.
So it'll just be my own nerves then.
As I was
Yeah.
saying, Loth has made you these gorgeous little socks. I'm gonna put them on and keep your toes all nice and crispy. And
I will
she
continue to awkwardly stand by the door.
works these beautifully colorful socks onto Kiberly's feet.
Random question. Are we still in our outfits from meeting with Sir Frost?
Yeah, you would.
Oh,
Sure, for sure. Yeah. Okay, cool.
cool.
Just gonna continue to stand awkwardly in the doorway, just letting her talk to Kiberly. trying to steel myself up to be able to say something. But I'll wait until she has a actual lull and like stops talking to Kiberly.
She reaches it pretty quickly and sits back in the bed, stroking Kiberly's forehead.
How are you?
Tired. It's been a lot recently.
Yes, I imagine it. I imagine it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
It has been. It is.
I guess I should say thank you for saving her. Making sure she got care.
Yeah. The thanks should really go to Archie and Finn. They're the ones that found her and saved her, and Kamsa was the one that had a friend that they brought her to.
I will make sure to direct my thank yous that way then.
Yes, that's a good idea. I'm sorry.
You're sorry? For what?
Putting her in this position.
Well, it was her choice to get involved with you.
You don't seem very pleased by that.
If I'm frank, I don't know any Franks. If I'm honest, I had a burger.
I'm so done with you.
Back into the scene. If I'm honest, I've always felt that Kiberly has had a good judge of character. I don't know if that failed when she met you.
I will just kind of stare at her. And just, I will be speechless. I'll just stare at her with a kind of very wide, stricken eyes.
You abandoned her. You abandoned us.
I thought she didn't want me anymore.
Maybe. But still, you walked away. Instead of talking to us. Those who know her and love her. Perhaps if you had stayed, if you had engaged with us or her prior to this incident, perhaps she wouldn't have been tortured for so long.
This is all very new to me.
We invited you in, and you rebuked us.
I never meant to.
What you did and what you meant are two different things.
I don't. I deeply regret my actions. I wish I had gone to her after receiving the letter, but I've just simply never done this before. I didn't know enough. That doesn't excuse what happened, because it's my fault. Believe me, I know that.
When she wakes, she and I are going to talk. Assuming she can. And hopefully she will make a wise choice in regards to your relationship. I'm not one to dictate who my partners may see unless they endanger my family.
You don't know me. Not really. So I would appreciate it if maybe you withheld a little bit of judgment.
Perhaps if you had not run and instead accepted the welcome that we gave you, maybe that would be different.
I believe that welcome was contingent upon my relationship with Kiberly.
But you never asked.
I didn't know to.
You assumed that we would be such fickle people. And that hurts.
That's all I've ever known, though. That's who I was raised at. I have not been out in the world very long. I'm doing my best to navigate it. I suppose it doesn't matter. You've clearly made up your mind, and truthfully, I don't blame you. But Kiberly and I have spoken. Her avatar that she worships paid me a visit. And allowed me to speak with her. As far as I can tell, Kiberly doesn't blame me for what happened, though I don't know why she doesn't. And she intends for us to still be together. Should I survive what is coming. Which is really what I'm here to talk to you about.
Give me a diplomacy, if you will.
Didn't know this was a time for diplomacy. Ooh, I like that. It's a 19 on the die, so a 29.
Ooh, okay. You can see just this tumult of emotions washing over Izzy's face as you tell her about the avatar and speaking with Kiberly. She swallows it. All in this family are heard. Say what you need to.
The phrasing of all in this family really gets to Aheerah. And it definitely takes me a minute to find my words again. And it'd be very noticeable to Izzy. Something big is coming. And we have to fight it. And if we don't succeed, the facet, at least, will cease to exist, if not the snowfields and Parasande as a whole. The facet is going to be very dangerous. And so I think that you and Krelikis and Law and the children should get out, and we can arrange some way for you to bring Kiberly with you. it's what's best for you, for Kiberly. I never have to contact y'all again. Supposing I survive the coming days.
She stops stroking Kiberly's head and climbs out of the bed, marching up to you, just ready to lay into you. But that anger breaks. And so does she. And she just sobs and buries her face into your stomach.
I'll drop to my knees with her, so it's not as awkward, and just kind of wrap her up in my arms because I'm so much larger than her, and I won't say anything. I'll just hold her while she cries.
She sobs for a long time and only breaks once when she pulls away, gripping the front of your new outfit. You better come back home to her. And we'll return and continue crying on you.
When she whispers, when she says that, I'll just whisper, I will.
Camera pans, travels back downstairs to where Finn was keeping the children playing, at least until Krelikis and was available again. What was your plan for this evening?
I may have left a little sooner once Serana kind of like dropped the big part, like the whole death thing. Just and then we defeated the big bad witch, and I've gotta go. See you later. Bye.
Gotta go. Bye.
And just books it to the Delver's Nest. Just everyone's fine. Okay, bye. And she's actually going to look for the dock first. Wencio?
Yes. Wait. Oh, yes, the dock. Yes, that dock. Yes. It is not late enough in the evening yet that you will find that the doc is still in his office in the nest.
She'll knock on the door and kind of pop her head in.
Yes, I'm very busy. What do you need?
We may have to... Something very big is coming, and we may have to stop operations. Are Triggs and Collector Hessidon around?
Stop operation. That's a good one.
I'm serious.
Taliesin, I will get him back next time.
She's going to slowly shut the door behind her to make sure no one's listening in. If we don't stop the Harbinger of Vios, the Facite will be destroyed. We have 3 days.
How good's your intimidate?
Let's see. +10.
All right. Give me an intimidate.
All right. That's a 12 plus 10 is 22.
Sorry, you said 22?
Yes.
This on the web for set of 22.
Siri, nobody was talking to you. The dwarf pauses in taking a sip of whatever thick alcoholic drink that it is. You are small, tiny, and your voice is very high-pitched. Regardless, there is a note of sincerity. Very well. Why don't you sit down and tell me what your troubles are?
Well, we've finally met Sir Frost, and we've been aware that we brought up the subject of that sleeping dragon before, right?
Yeah, I'm not one to such Man, I need to take it easy a little bit. Fantastical legends and stories, but...
Oh, believe me, I was a skeptic, but there's more of that where that comes from. We can rebuild the Delver's Nest, but the Facite and Parasande in its entirety may be in danger. And I would like there to be the least amount of civilian casualties as possible. And Hessidin may happen to know something about golems. It's kind of a last resort.
Would you think less of me if I told you that I did not understand most of what you just said?
It's okay. It's a lot to take in.
Yes, well, I did hear the collector's name, so I think that you best take this up with him, and he can advise me. That's partly what he's paid to do.
Of course, I just wanted to reach out to you first. You're the authority around here, and Triggs appears to be very good with people.
I'm very good with people. Most of the time.
I will have the collector report back.
Fully. Very good.
Thank you.
And, may your delves be fruitful.
Thank you. We need all the luck we can get. And she will scurry out and move on to the collector.
All right. We are reaching our time, so I think we will stop there for this evening. Thank you all to our wonderful audience for sticking with us and enjoying this emotional roller coaster. Like, it is heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the same time. It's like our hearts are oil lamps that we have shattered and set aflame. It's fun.
I'm so wounded right now, but also so. This is the least wounded I've been in the last few episodes, so we're good.
We're used to it.
This is the last joy that I will feel.
I cried less than I did last week.
Man, I'm losing my touch.
Only a little bit.
Oh, see now, even the chat's blaming me. That's all right. If you need to know who to blame, I am Mistress Winter, owner of this fair channel and GM for these wonderful, wonderful people. I have loved this campaign from the start, and like I love these characters so much. Yes, so I am a writer, graphic designer, host, and all-around TTRPG hobbyist. You can find me at gmistresswinter on X, Blue Sky, and Instagram. You can also hear me and Abby on All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast out of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network. Episode 2 of the prologue is set to drop this Wednesday. So if you have not subscribed to our wonderful podcast that we are putting out, please do, and you will get notified when new episodes drop in the future. And I'm still doing edits on some of the prologue episodes, and we're going to be moving into the actual episodes here soon. And I love re-listening to this story and the amazing talent that I have on cast for that podcast. So please check it out and show us some support. We work really hard to put it on, and hope that you'll support us. I think, yeah, that's all I've got going on for now. How about you, Dennis?
Well, I actually don't have a whole lot between now and our next meeting. The only thing is at 11 a.m. Central Time, about a week from today, this coming Sunday, I will be running another game of Sagas over on The Lost Caravan on Twitch. They're a great community that is they're streaming right now. They're constantly doing games of just like community. If you want to be on stream and play a game, just sign up for one of their things. It's great. Everybody there is fantastic. But we are going to be going, it'll be the second time, same cast that I played with on that channel last time, except this time it's going to be cyberpunk horror, as they board a grounded cruise liner to try to get rid of a rogue AI on board. But nobody's actually confirmed whether it's an AI causing the problems. So, if you want to find out more, head on over and to their channel and check out all their stuff. But especially on Sunday, the 22nd, this coming Sunday at 11 a.m. Central. Then I'll be back here next week.
Wonderful. That cruise liner with the rogue AI definitely gives me Renraku Arcology vibes. And if anybody's familiar with Shadowrun lore, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, totally. Yes. But thank you so much, Dennis. How about you, Jojo?
I'm Joe. I played Serana tonight, and I'm writing a lot for myself right now, doing the whole thing, playing a lot of Switch games. So if you guys play Dreamlight Valley, Get a Girl, I am obsessed with that game. Joey also plays it with me as well. It's great. Not sponsored, by the way.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored by the mouse. But yeah, no, I hang out in the Discord sometimes. Always able to ping me and message me if you're on our Discord. which I will add in the chat again. It's a really fun place to hang out.
Truly.
And I don't know. I'm just vibing. I'm excited to see where everything goes, and I love you guys.
Love you too. And Abby, how about you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Abby Marie Carter, a New York-based aspiring actor, writer, TTRPG hobbyist, and all-around giant nerd. I played Aheerah tonight, who got her heart broken and repaired all over again for the second week in a row. And Winter made me sob on camera again. So that's fun. As for what I do, I'm here every Monday playing Aheerah. I run a game called Ravenwood, which is a Monster Hearts 2 campaign right here on on Mistress Winter's Court. Jeez, I can't talk. Mistress Winter's Court every Thursday, except for last Thursday when I had work stuff, so Winter took over for me. But we are wrapping up that campaign rapidly. So if you're interested in a gothic horror monster college murder mystery Monster Hearts 2 campaign, come check us out. It's a lot of fun. It's very dark. There's a lot of death. Be warned. But it's a lot of fun. And I'm really, really enjoying the story that we're telling. I'm also on the All Our Faults podcast. My episode actually comes out this week. My prequel episode, so to speak, comes out this week. I'm very excited about it. I've had the privilege to be able to listen to it, and I'm pretty proud of how I did. So please go listen to it. I'm playing a character named Celine, which is a fan-made skin, and I'm playing a fan-made skin called The Hunted, and she is a half-fae princess. So that's super fun. I do little things here and there. This past weekend, I was over on the Neon Casters Twitch channel and now on YouTube playing Delta Green One Shot, DM'd by the wonderful Juicy Garland. So please do check that out. Delta Green is a new system to me, but I really love it. Hit me up anytime on the Discords or on Instagram. I love getting to know people, and yeah, that's all that's in the works for me right now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And last but not least, our jumping and amazing Joey.
Hi,
I don't
Joey.
know where I was going with that.
I'm all right with that. Hi, I'm Joey. I play Finn on Mondays here. Mostly I just got back from vacation. I'll be getting back into the swing of things. But I do art and cosplay and makeup here and there. And I also have started playing a purple-blooded troll in a Homestead campaign, text campaign. So if I feel inspired to do some art, it's a toss-up. It could be the troll or it could be Finn and the Facite and some different things. I can be peer pressured into making art, and I just need to get back into it. So you can find me at Prince Perry Pastille on X and TikTok for now. I am Dragon Sun in the Discord, and I guess if I do anything else, I'll let you know.
Yes, please. And if any of us get into anything else before next Monday, we will make sure to let you know as well. So until then, I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday to reclaim them with another episode of the Facite Stories from Parasande. Have a great night, and may the dice roll ever in your favor. Good night.